Right, welcome to this review here for the various Chaos Legions. In this particular episode we will be taking a look at the Iron Warriors. So one of the striking themes and colour schemes here for the Chaos Space Marines with this sort of yellow silver chevron effect with these. A very striking sort of colour scheme for this Chaos Space Marine Legion. So before we get into the details of this, we'll go through everything here and just talk about tactics, and if I was to collect the Iron Warriors, sort of what choices I kind of make and whether this is a viable legion or not. Do check out the previous videos in this series and sort of doing all the legions. There's also the full-on Chaos Space Marine Codex review. There's a top 5 units video as well, also available on the channel. And then for Discount 40K, other gaming systems, do check out it's the OUTPOST for it's Discount 40K, shipping across the UK, across much of Europe as well, and if your order is large enough they will give you free postage and duties paid as well, shipping across to other countries. That's all good news, good way of keeping the cost of the hobby down. So, Iron Warriors here. We'll look at their Legion trait first of all, what they're able to do. So each time a model with this trait makes an attack, the target does not receive the benefits of cover against that attack. So whatever type of cover it is, dense for example, -1 to hit rolls, or light cover +1 to save and throw, they're not going to get it. That's it. Yep, and even close combat, if you're behind like heavy cover, I think, you won't get that either. Each time an attack is allocated to a model with this trait, if the attack has an armor penetration characteristic of AP -1 or -2, the armor penetration characteristic of that attack is worsened by 1. Again, I'm not sure how this will play off against armor of contempt. I don't think it's stackable. So we're off to a little bit of a glitch on this one. I'm not sure, it could just be myself on this one. Armor of contempt. I'm pretty sure you can't combine it with other rules, but I could be wrong on that one. If anyone wants to clarify that here for Iron Warriors, then let us know in the comments section below, and check out the comments section, see what people are saying about this one. But each time attack is allocated to a model with this trait, if the attack has an armor penetration characteristic of -1 or -2, the AP of that characteristic attack is worsened by 1. I don't think you can combine that with Armor of Contempt. So you sort of not really, is that a bonus or not? I'm not sure on that one. Yeah, I've just had a look at the Armor of Contempt rules. You can't use the Armor of Contempt ability in combination with any other rule that worsens the AP. So I'm not sure what's going to happen with that, because it seems to be either it's one or the other. So yeah, a bit of a glitch there. I'm not sure on the situation with that one. So I'm not going to say definitively how that's going to work. It may well need to be clarified. If anyone knows the answer to that one, then do leave that in the comments section below. But I've got a feeling that you either take that or take Armor of Contempt. You can't combine the two together. Okay, so we'll move on. So secondary objective, Master of Demolition here. So you're picking your secondaries. You can go for this themed one that's unique for the Iron Warriors. If you select this objective during the Resolve pre-battle ability step of the mission, your opponent must set up 3 objective markers anywhere on the battlefield that is on ground level, not within 9 inches of each other, and not within 6 inches of any battlefield edge. These objective markers cannot be set up on terrain features with unstable position terrain trait, and no more than one of them can be set up within 6 inches of your opponent's deployment zone. It's got to be in no man's land, all spread out. If it's impossible to set up any objective marker, it is not set up. Each represents a demolition site, but does not count as objective marker for any purposes other than for this objective. So these are as well as the usual mission objectives. So I can imagine Iron Warriors players, you could easily create these, you could customize and build your own. Very cool. Iron Warriors infantry units from your army can attempt the following action. So total demolition action. 1 Iron Warriors infantry unit, excluding character units from your army, can start to perform this action at the start of the movement phase if it's within range of a demolition site. Objective marker, no enemy units, excluding aircraft, in range of the objective marker. This action is completed at the end of the turn, provided the unit performing it is still within range of the same objective marker. So you've got to move on to it, clear it, hold it. If completed, the objective marker is said to have been demolished by your army and is removed from the battlefield. At the end of the battle, you get 4 points for each. You score an additional 3 points if a demolition site objective marker is within 6 inches of your opponent's deployment zone is demolished by your army. Okay. So to do that, you're going to have to play aggressive. You've got to push to the halfway point of the board and beyond, probably, to make this work. And your opponent has control of these objectives. They're going to make it as difficult as they can for you as well. So you're going to need good, solid infantry choices that can push deep into the board to do it. I think it's going to be difficult, because once you reach that objective, you've got to clear it, and sit there, not do anything, perform the action, survive, and then claim points for it. And your opponent knows that's what you're trying to do. So I think that's a difficult secondary. So perhaps the toughest so far for the Iron Warriors at the moment. So we're looking for an army here that I guess is more geared towards heavy firepower, perhaps durability, that kind of thing with these. We'll see what kind of Warlord traits you can get here with the Iron Warriors. So Siege Lord, in your command phase, select one friendly Iron Warriors core, vehicle, unit within 6 inches of this Warlord. To the start of the next command phase, each time a model in that unit makes an attack against an enemy vehicle building. If that attack is made with a weapon with a strength characteristic of 7 or more, add 1 to the damage characteristic of that attack. Sounds very Imperial Fisty, this one, with the Iron Warriors. Demon Smith. In your command phase, select one friendly Iron Warriors Demon Engine, Iron Warriors Cult of Destruction, or Iron Warriors Machine Spirit unit within 6 inches of this Warlord. Until the start of your next command phase, each time model that unit makes an attack, add 1 to the attack's hit roll. Okay, so the problem is you've got to get... The Warlord needs to be near the unit to do it, but it may well be possible. Unyielding Metal. Add 1 to the toughness characteristic of this Warlord. And each time the Warlord would lose a wound, it's a 5+ feel no pain, just add to their durability, not bad. And then Bastion next. In your command phase, you can select one friendly Iron Warriors core unit within 6 inches of this Warlord. To the start of the next command phase, each time an enemy unit declares a charge against that unit is not... If that unit is not within engagement range of enemy units, it can either hold steady or set to defend, and the unit has the objective secure ability. If a model in that unit already has this ability, it counts as an extra model when determining control and objective marker. So these are okay. To be honest, so far, I have been more impressed with the previous legions. Combining their powers and what we've seen, I think, are more powerful. Iron Warriors, not so much here. Architect of Destruction. In your command phase, you can select one friendly Iron Warriors core or vehicle unit within 6 inches of this Warlord. To the start of the next command phase, each time model that unit makes an attack. If your army is engaged in either wanton massacre or wanton slaughter, it's considered to have wanton destruction for that attack instead. And then Implacable Taskmaster Aura. Whilst a friendly Iron Warriors core unit is within 6 inches of this Warlord, each time that unit is selected to shoot, if the unit made a normal move in your previous movement phase, then until its shooting attacks have been resolved, it counts as having remained stationary. Okay. So all traits seem okay. We've got stratagems. They give you a full page of stratagems. There's 8 of them here to have a look at. So, Bitter Enmity. Oh, they do hate the fists, yeah. So specifically against Imperial Fists. 1 CP. Use a stratagem in the fight phase when an Iron Warriors unit from your army is selected to fight. Until the end of the phase, each time a Heretic Astartes model in that unit makes a melee attack against an Imperial Fist unit or against a unit that is a successor chapter of the Imperial Fist, you can reroll the hit roll and the wound roll. Nice. Tank Destroyers, 1 CP. Use a stratagem in your shooting phase or in the fight phase. Select an enemy vehicle unit. At the end of that phase, each time an Iron Warriors Heretic Astartes model makes an attack against the unit, unmodified hit roll with 6 auto wounds the target. Nice. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's very good. Because you're not blessing one of your units, you're putting it onto an opponent's unit, and then every unit of your arm potentially could fight or shoot at it, and you'll get the bonus. So that's excellent. I can imagine that's going to be a commonly used one. Yep. Yeah, I like it now. Dower Duty. 2 CP or 1 CP. Use a stratagem in any phase when an Iron Warriors core infantry or Iron Warriors Demon King unit is selected as the target of an attack. To the end of the phase, each time an attack is allocated to Heretic Astartes model in that unit, subtract 1 for the damage characteristic of that attack, to a minimum of 1. If that unit has a power rating of 10 or more, it costs 2 CP, otherwise it's 1. It's -1 damage, great. Durability, it's good. Cold-Hearted Malignity, 1 CP. Use the stratagem at the start of any phase. Select one Iron Warrior's core unit from your army that's below half strength. Till the end of the battle, you auto-pass morale, which is, yes, okay. And each time you get that unit makes an attack, add 1 to the attack set roll. So, yes, alright, not bad. And then Methodical Annihilation, 1 CP. Use the stratagem in your shooting phase. An Iron Warrior's unit from your army selected to shoot until the end of the phase. When resolving that unit's attacks, you can reroll 1 damage roll. Each time a model unit makes an attack with a weapon that has the blast ability for the purpose of determining how many attacks, it's double the number of models in the target unit. So helpful enough. And if that unit is a vehicle unit, you can make attacks with blast weapons against units within engagement range. However, if it does so each time it makes an attack with a blast weapon, this phase an unmodified hit roll of a 1. The unit suffers a mortal wound. Right, so sort of blowback or blast back against you if you're trying to do that. It makes it possible. And then Unholy Vigour, 3 CP or 2 CP. Use the stratagem in any phase. An Iron Warrior's Machine Spirit or Iron Warrior's Demonkin engine unit from your army is selected as the target of an attack. Until the end of the phase, each time an attack is made against this unit, subtract 1 from the attack's wound roll. If the unit is Titanic, it's 3 CP, otherwise it's 2. God, it's expensive. Just for -1 to the wound rolls. It is useful, but it's expensive. God. You do get until the end of the phase though. And it is in any phase, so it could save the day for you, but it's expensive. Cannon Fodder, 2 CP. Use this stratagem at the start of your opponent's shooting phase. Select one Iron Warrior's infantry unit from your army. Then select one friendly Iron Warrior's cultist unit, hold within 6 inches of that unit. To the end of the phase, enemy models cannot target the Iron Warrior's infantry unit if the Iron Warrior's cultists are closer. Yeah, well, that's useful. Again, it's expensive, but it's very useful indeed. Yeah. You know, and you could, yeah, you could be really tricky with that. You could hide the cultists, so the opponent can't even. Nope, sorry, can't do that. Yeah, because you have to be. I'm just going to read this to make sure it's right for players here. Use your stratagem at the start of your opponent's shooting phase. Select one Iron Warrior's infantry unit from your army. Then select one friendly cultist unit hold within 6 inches. To the end of that phase, any models cannot target that Iron Warrior's infantry unit if that Iron Warrior's cultist unit is a closer eligible target. So you can't do the trick of hide the unit but keep them in range and the opponent can't shoot anybody. So you have got to actually screen properly for that to work, and the opponent is able to shoot at those cultists to do that. So they do have a chance to try and remove the cultists from play. If they're clever, they'll use other units to clear the cultists out of the way and then shoot at the target, but that's there as a backup if you need it, but it's costly at 2 CP. Spiteful Endurance, 1 CP. Use the stratagem in any phase. An Iron Warrior's Heretic Astartes model from your army would lose a wound as a result of a mortal wound. It is a 5+ feel no pain. So some stratagems are okay. I think Tank Destroyers is a handy one, just cheap and just helps you destroy targets, and are well worth the CP, I think. So looking for relics here, getting the impression that durability, firepower, sort of the main sort of thing with these, but still the ability, like Chaos Space Marines, to drive aggressively through the board. Axe of the Forge Master. So this replaces a Power Axe, Exalted Power Axe, Axe of Dismemberment, or Demonic Axe only. You get +3 strength, AP -3 and 2 damage. 6 to wound is a mortal wound in addition. If it's a vehicle, that will cause 3 mortal wounds in addition to any normal damage. Pretty good weapon. Yeah, not bad. A Siegebreaker Mace. So this replaces a Power Maul, Thunderhammer, a Cursed Crozius, or a Cursed Weapon only. So each time the bearer is selected to fight, makes 1 additional attack with the weapon's smash profile. All other attacks made with this weapon must be made using the swing profile. So swing is +2 strength, AP -2, 2 damage. And smash is ×2 strength. Yeah, smash. Yeah, strange this one. Smash is -2 strength, -3 and D3 +3 damage. Why? I'm gonna have to read this again because I'm just trying to figure this one out here. So, yeah. Each time the bearer is selected to fight, it makes one additional attack using the bearer's this weapon's smash profile. So you get an extra attack if you use smash, with double the strength, better AP minus, and way more damage. Ah, right, now this is the way it works. So you basically, right, yeah. So basically the way this weapon works is you've got two profiles. You can only make one attack with the smash ability. Don't choose either or. You have to make one attack with smash. It's an additional attack, so it's like a free attack with that really high strength, blah blah blah. And then your normal attacks come through. So say you get a base of 4 attacks. Those 4 attacks all go on the swing, which is your +2 strength, AP -2 and 2 damage. So that's the way it works. So you swing, 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 and then a big whack at the end is the way that works. The Siege Breaker Mace, still potent enough. Yeah, it'd be pretty good against things like characters. Flesh Metal Exoskeleton. Iron Warriors infantry model only. Each time attack is allocated to the bearer, subtract 1 from the damage characteristic of that attack. Well, that's pretty good. And each time attack an enemy unit shoots or fights after it finishes making its attacks, if the bearer lost any wounds as a result of those attacks but was not destroyed, roll d6 and a 4+, the bearer regains d3 wounds. You immediately just get d3 wounds back again. Pretty cool. Cranium Malevolus. Iron Warriors model only. This relic can be given to a cultist model. At the start of your shooting phase, roll 1d6 for each enemy vehicle within 9 inches of the bearer. On a 4 to 5, it's d3 mortal wounds. On a 6, it's straight 3 mortal wounds. Yeah, well, you've got to be close to use it, but it's alright, not bad. Insidium. Iron Warriors infantry model only. The bearer gains the demon kin keywords, add 1 to strength, toughness and wounds of the bearer. A Spite Spitter. Model with a combi bolter, combi flamer, combi melter, combi plasma only. This weapon replaces those, or the bolt gun profile of a combi flamer. Note the weapon still keeps any of its other profiles, and you can select which of its profiles to make attacks with as normal as specified in the weapon's profile. If this relic replaces a combi bolter, it has the combi bolter profile below. Otherwise, its bolt gun profile is replaced with the combi weapon profile below. So if you've got combi bolter, it's range 30, rapid fire 2, strength 5, -3, 2 damage. And combi weapon is rapid fire 1, strength 5, -3, 2 damage of that one as well. Yeah, okay. There's no difference. Okay, and then Techno, just more shots I guess, and a general better caliber than bolter. Techno Venomous Mechatendrils. It's the Warpsmith model. Each time the bearer repairs a model using its Master of Mechanisms ability, it gets 3 wounds back instead of d3. And each time the bearer makes an attack with its Mechatendrils, if a hit is scored, the target suffers a mortal wound and the attack sequence ends. Yeah, interesting. Whether it's worth spending that out on a Warpsmith, but there's an opportunity to make it much better. Guaranteed 3 wounds is nice. So that's it for the Iron Warriors. I'm not sure about these guys. This needs clarification. It could just be me, there's nothing to worry about. If anyone knows, leave it in the comments section below. Warlord traits seem okay. I think the secondary is tricky to get it right. There's some interesting relics, nicely themed ones, and there's a couple of stratagems that seem okay. But Iron Warriors, I still think you could build a decent enough army. Bear in mind you've got all this generic Warlord traits, relics, stratagems, the extra bonuses just for general Chaos Space Marines. So I'm not saying these guys are weak, but there's a challenge here with these ones, and not as strong bonuses going on with this Legion compared to some of the others. I think that's just my view, as we've taken a look at the Iron Warriors in this video. But do check out the other videos in this series. The idea is I've broken down the different legions into different videos, so you can check out each of those and catch the rules for them. To see the full review, that's live on the channel. Top 5 units also available for you on the channel as well. And then finally, for Discount 40K and other gaming systems, check out the sponsor, the Outpost, link for them in the video description below, just to help keep the cost of the hobby down. Keep a look out for more videos in this mini series here. Thanks for watching. Tune in. next time.